right, our Sunday dinner album is called It's Dark and Hell is Hot by DMX, RIP, all of the pleasant trees. I think he's been gone a couple years now, right? Well, at
Yeah,
least
two or three.
2 or 3 years. We lost him at about age 50 to so I think a drug overdose. So
Yeah, OD. Yeah.
uh ran from demons his whole life. The demons finally caught him. So RIP to him. It's the album that I picked. So start off with questions you got.
Um. So yes, I was gonna ask you. So a lot of the albums that are like, mean the most to us growing up, we like at least for me, I remember like riding in the car with my parents, listening to them, like on the way to pick up like my sister from school or like hanging out with my dad after work or whatever shit like that. Was this one of those CDs for you where your dad was always playing it like in the car on the way to and from places, or was this something he played in the house?
In the house, no. My mom wasn't
I'm about
having
to say
that.
yeah. That's
No, this is his favorite rap album. DMX is his favorite rapper.
yeah.
The first album I remember him letting me listen to was 8 Ball and MJG, on the outside looking in. But
Hmm.
this was his favorite rap album of all time. I don't know why DMX resonated with him so well. I guess I'd have to ask him
Yeah.
that. But
Okay.
I just I don't know. This album just makes me think of him. And he bought all of DMX's albums. He loved DMX. And yeah, to answer your question, this is my father's favorite album, and
Hmm.
I listened to it all the time growing up. So
Okay. Okay. Um, do you have any idea or theories as to why it he liked this album so much? I know your dad was in the church, right? Or he's still in the church? Is
yeah,
that,
he's a
do you think
deacon.
that's what it is?
He wasn't at the time, but yeah, the
Okay.
prayers. Um, my pops had a pretty troubled childhood. And
Okay.
if you anyone who listens to DMX could tell, he also had a pretty troubled childhood. And
Right.
so I don't know. I'd have to ask him, but
Yeah.
if I had to guess, I would just say that, some of the themes of the music sort of resonated with them in the sense that like uh DMX is I think both of his parents were rough, and he like bonded with a
Yeah.
dog called Boomer, and he had the Boomer tattooed on his back.
Hmm.
You know, when does it all end? I found a friend in the dog because fucking with these cats sent a friend to the morgue. Um, so there's just there's a loneliness to it that he, I guess he resonated with them. But
Hmm.
I'd have to ask him. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but
Got you.
I'd venture to guess, yeah, the themes of the music and the loneliness within it sort of probably resonated with them in that way. So
Okay.
yeah.
Um, is your favorite song the same as your dad's favorite song from this album?
No, his is Stop Being Greedy. Mine is Niggas Done Started Something. I think DMX's verse on Niggas Done Started Something is one of the greatest rap verses of all time. Um,
Okay.
but his is probably Stop Being Greedy. But yeah, that is so yeah, mine is Niggas Done Started Something, which is
Hmm.
it's a feature track. It has the locks on there. So it's not a DMX
Right.
alone track.
Correct.
Um, Stop Being Greedy is probably my favorite DMX alone track. Fucking with D is up there. I think ATF is insanely creative. It's
Yeah.
almost like a stage play in rap format.
Right.
Um, Damien, literally doing the
Yeah, I
whole
love that
devil
one.
on my shoulder, in rap
Yeah, that one's
format.
hard.
Rap used to just be so much more creative. Like
So
this is
creative, man.
like, we got the Devil on Our Shoulder album. We got
We got skits. We got
skits. We got How's It Going Down? His girlfriend is a drug mule. We've got
mm,
ATF, which is basically a stage play of a police raid.
yeah.
And yeah, man, it's just that's the thing that I listened to it Friday, yesterday, and this morning, and I'm just like,
Hmm.
the creativity, just even good rap albums now just don't have this level of creativity to it.
Right.
They're just kind of
And it
rapping
just
and they're not tying things
mhm.
together. So I don't know. I
There's no
love the
right, just
creativity to
like
it.
this. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, I really like this. I really love this album. And like it's one of those albums where it sounds really elementary to say, but it's not the case anymore. It sounds like the title.
Yes.
Like I was listening to it and it's like, damn, this is dark as hell. And I'm like,
Yeah.
well, shit, that's the title. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and it
Yeah.
sounds really obvious to say, but he was just so, it's such a cohesive project and he's so on message and on method throughout the whole project, which is a very weird thing because some albums you listen to and it's like, this song doesn't fit with this lineup of other songs at all. But like, there's no, sore thumbs on this album.
You know, it's funny. It's like I don't know this to be true, but I would be willing to bet Rough Riders Anthem was a label being like, okay, we need something to sell.
No, yes, yes, yes. 100%. They were like,
Like
yeah, no,
you
this is
need to give
great.
us
This is
something for a
great.
single.
They were like, this is a great debut album. You're in your early 20s. This is so impressive. But can you please play something we can view on the radio? I'm
Yeah,
sure that's what happened.
that's like Biggie Ready to Die. When Puffy was like, "All right," gave him like the juicy beat, and Biggie was like, "What the fuck is
Mhm.
this?" He's like, "Dude, you you have to give me something to put on the radio."
Yes.
um,
Yeah.
and Juicy, I tweeted the other day like. If an alien were to come down here and ask me what is hip hop, I would play him Juicy.
Yeah,
And so like sometimes it takes someone to push you in a creative space to get you to make something that that you're not weren't comfortable with in the beginning. But it is a
that's true.
very dark album. This kind of gets
Yeah,
into
very dark.
the dark underbelly of criminality, like small time crimes. Like he's not a drug lord. He's just getting his
Right,
girlfriend
yeah.
to pick up a couple keys on how's it going down.
Yeah.
And you know,
And even that, it almost it remind the tempo of the song reminds me a lot of I Get Around, like the
yeah,
beat a little bit. Like it's still a smooth song, even though it's about
yeah.
drugs. Like,
Or like the convo when
don't you
he's
miss
talking to the
that?
Lord, and
Yeah,
he's really struggling.
I
I mean,
love that
clearly
song. That's
DMX
probably one of my
has.
favorites.
I mean, DMX his drug problem. His parents were
Hmm.
abusive. His only friend in the world was a dog.
Yeah,
Um,
he had a lot of issues with his kids.
yeah,
Well, they were young at
multiple.
this point, but
Yeah, multiple personalities in the sense that like he's like
yes,
a hardened criminal in one track and he's praying to the Lord the next. He's a deeply troubled
yeah,
man.
yeah.
So the album stuck to it, and it's just insane that DA got this out of him because he was not in a good place
Hmm.
when he was. I mean, he never was really in a good. Honestly, the best place he probably was in was when he was in doing that verses with Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like he had cleaned up for a little bit and he did the verses
Hmm.
and then he was outside for a little bit. Um, and his past caught up with him,
Yeah.
his demons caught up with him. But if I could cut one track, it would be Crime Story. That's my one skip on there. Just really
I'm
like
not
that
mad at
song.
that. Yeah, I wasn't super crazy about that one either. I mean, it was cool. I think also this is just a really long album.
Yeah.
Also,
It's
well,
long
there's
by
a lot.
today's standards. It's only an hour.
Yeah, long bite today. Yeah, an hour is not long. I think it's just a lot of songs on the
Yeah.
album. And because it is a lot of intense and dark and intrusive thoughts, it's a lot to uh process in, a short amount period of time.
I agree. But I think there's I don't know. There's moments of joy in it.
Yeah, yeah.
What's the song Where My Dog's At when he's
Um,
like I want to break bread with the cats that I starved with. Want to be able to rob. I want to
yeah.
break bread with the cats that I starved with. Want to
Is
hit
that
the
Let Me
malls with the
Fly?
same dog. Yeah. No, that was
Oh, okay.
Where My Dog's At. No, I think it was Let Me Fly. Anyways, he basically just
Yeah, I
kind
can't
of
remember.
says which is sad because most of those people are probably dead, but
Right.
he
You want to
just
make it
kind of
with your day
you
ones.
want to make it with your day one. So there's moments of brief levity in it, but it gets dark right again with X is
Right.
coming for you, which
Yeah,
is a
that
home
one,
invasion.
woo.
Yeah,
That
you
was
got
like
a
a
home
really
invasion
twisted
track.
version of I Got a Story to Tell.
Yeah, you got a home invasion track followed by the Devils on My Shoulder, followed
Yep,
by him basically pimping this girl out and being a drug runner. So
correct.
you know, what'd you like about the album?
No, I really did I like the push and pull, like the internal conflict, or internal and eternal conflict of the album. I hate that he actually that was his real life struggle, unfortunately, but it made for great art. Um, and it was authentic, and you could just feel it. Like I mean, the song, the prayer and the convo, to me were fucking incredible. There's a line there that really stuck with me. I just can't remember how he phrased it. It was like, um, I thought you were holding me and I still slipped or something. What is it? How does it go?
uh,
Shit.
Even though those times you least suspected it, I was there. But look at what I've given you, a talent to rhyme. I may not call when you want, but I'm always on time. Um,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, for me, the prayer.
Those were the times when I was under the gun. It was then I carried you, my son, led you to safety. It just wasn't your time to
Yeah,
face me. But y'all thought,
yes, that
although
one.
those times I thought you would have, yeah, it's just, well, again,
Yeah,
insanely creative. And,
yes, and
he's
very
literally
relatable.
having a
Like I,
talk with God. Like, where were you?
yes, and not to get too heavy, but I be feeling like that a lot. Especially I'm feeling that a lot lately. So I definitely was like needed that song. For me, I let me fly. Like that one really resonated with me a lot. I love that
So
record.
there's a line in one of the, I think it's the second verse, and he goes, there's a difference between doing wrong and being wrong.
Being wrong. Yeah.
Do you believe that?
I don't know because I only heard it for the first time like last Friday. So I mean, I guess if I really sit and think about it, just in real time, doing wrong and being wrong. Um,
I think it just
yeah, I
depends on
think
what the
so.
wrong is.
Yeah, but I say it depends on the level of wrong that we're talking about. Like if I'm upset and I act upset,
Yeah,
that's me being wrong.
yeah,
If I use that anger as an excuse to harm someone, then that's
yeah,
me doing wrong.
yeah.
So I think it's kind of how you go, how you parse those two uh distinctions.
Well, I mean, most crimes have victims. So you always want
Right.
it to someone, there's no, to whoever you
Well, yeah,
victimize,
if
there's
it's
no distinction. But, like,
correct.
I don't hold someone who, puts a pack of bologna in their pants to feed their family because they don't have any money to pay for the groceries.
Correct.
I don't hold, I don't, honestly, I don't care about that. But I
That
would
to me
not
is not
hold them to
stealing.
the
Sorry.
same level of criminality as someone who, like, puts
Correct.
a gun in a bank teller's face. That's not the same thing. You
Yeah, I
know?
think about it like the scene from Batman Begins, which is kind of why I love that movie so much, is where he's on that voyage and he's kind of becoming a nomad,
Yeah,
and he's in like China, wherever he's at, and he's starving, and he stole like some apples, and he like shared the apples with like the kids, and he's like, the first time I stole, I was conflicted, but then I realized it's human nature to like provide for yourself, and if you don't have a way to get to it, then you just got to get to it.
yeah,
Um, and I think that's kind of how I parse certain things in terms of like morality. Like I remember when I was a kid, my mom got her car broken into, and like her purse got stolen, or they took a bunch of stuff out of her purse or whatever. And it was obviously stressful, and she was upset and all that, you know. But I remember our dad was like, "Well, obviously whoever took it needed it more than we did,
yeah.
you know." And that's just kind of a very empathetic view that I was brought up with in terms of the world. Um, so I do have a certain compassion for a certain level of I don't want to say lawlessness, but wrongdoings if it's under the pressure of intense desperation.
Fair enough. Again, I just think it depends on what the wrong is and
Yeah,
who you wronged. But
right.
I love that song. I just love this album. I mean, to me, it's his
Yeah,
magnum opus. I mean, I wasn't crazy about Flesh in My Flesh, though I did love X, the one with Who We Be on it, and
yeah. I'm saying
Grand
yeah.
Champ.
Who We Be is probably my favorite DMX song.
Yeah, and Grand Champ, and then it fell off. But
Hmm.
but yeah, would you cut any tracks on there?
um, yeah, I would probably I'd cut X is Coming. I would cut honestly,
You would
and this is
cut
gonna sound
X's
crazy to
coming.
say.
This is revenge. Know that before you die. And despite how much I hate to see a
I
grown
mean,
man cry.
I
I mean,
like the
obviously,
song. I
there's a
just
line in
that
the
that
second
the
verse that's
yeah
just
that one
indefensible.
bar. Yeah, that
I'm
one
not
bar.
repeating it, but
Yeah, I'm not even gonna say it.
because you say it out loud and it gets clipped and it just out of
Yeah,
context.
hell no. Yeah, no, no. I'm not
Just
about
our
to be on
luck.
nobody's list. That is
Uh,
not how I want to go viral.
because that's
Um,
literally like the word. Like they could get a nasty clip out of saying that line.
oh, disgusting, disgusting work.
But yeah, I mean, obviously, there's an indefensible line in the second
yeah.
verse that
Um,
we'll let the audience find on their own. But I
yes.
don't think. I mean, the song is still pretty good.
No, it is really good. I think. Um,
It's like you remember Eminem's song "Guilty Conscience."
yeah.
Um, I bet you he wishes he could like write a check and have that whole second verse removed from the internet. Like, um,
Yeah.
again, we'll let the audience find that on their own.
Yeah.
But
Um, late 90s, early 2000s was a wild time for censorship.
lawless time.
Um,
I mean,
Fuck yeah.
NWA had skits on their album where they were like beating women.
That is
Literally
true.
like
Yeah,
whole
you're right.
skits where they were beating women on the
Yeah,
album.
you're
So,
right. Yeah,
um, look, I wasn't there. I didn't write the albums, but I can't.
right.
I don't pretend to defend it. It's
I feel
indefensible.
you.
So,
Um,
so you cut X is coming, and what else would you cut?
if I'm just trying to make it a more concise album, I would cut. I'd probably cut. Yeah, I'd cut "Look Through My Eyes." I wasn't super crazy about it, and
Yeah, I don't really
also
like that one either.
considering all the introspection on the album, it could be considered redundant. So I'd say I'd probably cut that one. Other than that, I don't really have a whole lot of you know cuts on there. Um, what I really like about DMX too, also just like listen to his music is one, he's has like one of the most unique voices in the history of music. His delivery and flow is it's funny though because it's like delivery and flow is still very smooth. It's just his voice is not.
Yeah.
So it sounds like he's screaming when really he's just like rapping regular in his voice. Um, I don't know if it's weirder to say or not, but to me, I think he reminds me a lot of like what I feel like Pac would have been if he had had more time
Yeah.
to like be polished. Like, because Pac wasn't the best lyricist, but he had the voice and he made you feel the shit.
Yeah.
And he did have obviously poetic, but he was obviously a poet, so but he didn't get to fully, um, fully form himself
Yeah.
as an artist,
But the thing about the
compared
lyricism
to
that is a bit unfair is that he died. And so
right. That's
a
what I'm
lot of
saying.
people don't
Yeah,
understand is you record a bunch of stuff and then like he
yeah.
didn't have a chance to go back and punch up the
People
things.
just
Like,
push your yeah, they just
yeah.
push your verse together on beats.
Yeah, because he's dead. And it's like
Right.
if he were alive, someone would have told him, okay, you said Hennessy enemies 12 times. Can you do we need to
Right.
but he's not here to fix it. So they just release it.
Right.
And so
And
you don't understand how much stuff gets punched up after the fact and how much stuff is
correct.
re-edited. And
And
when you're
how
dead,
many
you can't do
rewrites
that.
they
Yeah.
do and stuff. And also I think because
Or
when
you
I was a
just grab
kid,
something off an old hard drive and you're and some new producer's like, let me take a shot at this. All right, do
yeah,
this, do that. Like it's
right.
instead of just grabbing the hard drive and releasing it. So
Correct. And then like when I was a kid growing up, like when you heard someone died at like 24, 25 years old, you're like, damn, that's a pretty full life. Because you're a kid. You
yeah.
don't know how old that actually is or what it really feels like. And then when you hit 25, you're like, I'm not old. And
Yeah.
then you hit 30 and you're like, damn, I was a kid. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like Pac and Biggie were kids when they died. So we really never it's a shame that we just never got to see what they in the sports sense, what their games would have rounded out to.
Yeah, it's like people will be like, honestly, the music is quite was Pac's music was pretty mature for his age. And you're
Yes.
like, he doesn't seem 25, and then you see those videos of him throwing a tantrum in Vegas. You're
Yeah.
like, that's a 25-year-old. Like
Yeah,
he's just
he was a
like
kid. Yeah.
he has no emotional regulation. He's just running around, he's screaming at people. He can't like
Yeah.
that's a man in his early to mid 20s.
Correct.
He just cannot
Also,
regulate his emotions. He's but
did you know he got beat up by Michael Jackson allegedly?
not not.
Yeah. Crazy story. Apparently they were somewhere and he mouthed out to like a woman or somebody that Mike knew or was cool with. And apparently Mike put the paws on
Well,
him.
rounding
Crazy
that
shit, right?
out, do you have anything else to talk about on this album?
Um, let me see. Yeah, so did you have a favorite line or verse from this album?
Oh, versus DMX on Niggas That Started Something. I can recite that shit
Okay.
in my sleep. Favorite line.
Mhm.
Who gonna call your mother when her baby? Who gonna tell your mother her baby's under recover in the morgue, stiff as a log, sniffed out by the dogs? And I'm a hard-headed nigga that wouldn't listen. So you got what you came for. What's that? Surgery with the chainsaw. Arrgh. Yeah, it's like all right, that is gruesome. But
Right.
but I just love that verse.
Yeah.
It's just
Um,
like so. Yeah, I'm not gonna sit up here and rap the whole thing to people, but that would
okay.
probably or I think ATF is one of the most creative rap songs I've ever heard.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, those two, I would say. How about you?
Okay. Um, favorite line. Uh, probably stop, drop, shut it down, open up shop.
I'll never
Oh
forget.
no.
I was driving around Minnesota. and KDWB was the name of the radio station, I think.
Uh-huh.
And he had just got popped for drug possession, and they were mocking him, and they said, "Stop, drop, shut him down, give me crack rocks." That's fucked up, man. DMX is down, but it was funny as hell.
You know what's funny? You know what's my favorite video of DMX though ever? Is the one where he's at the radio station. I think I want to say it's Breakfast Club, and he's singing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and
Yeah.
he's as he's making the beat on the table. He's just so happy.
A supremely talented man who honestly, all things considered, it's a miracle he lived to age 50. But
Yeah,
he didn't wasn't quite able to outrun his demons. RIP
yeah.
to the legend. And tell the people what we listen to next week.
You know what? Let's do My Name Is My Name. Pusha T.
Oh no.
Haven't heard that one in a while.
My name. I can write that down later. All right, next week we'll be listening to My Name Is My Name by Pusha T, keeping it hip hop.